one film.
I think our director is saying we should get started. You can do that.
Vampires. They're right to kill. We're good to start.
Yay.
Oh, excellent. That's a signal to start. Hi everybody and welcome to episode 16 of Knights of the Round Table. Today we are discussing the movie Doom, released in, I want to say 2005. Thank you. I was going to say 2006. Clearly I don't have my notes with me. And basically it's a science fiction zombie movie. That's all I'm going to say. That's the best way I think I can describe it. And I want to start with general impressions of the book. We'll start with you, PY.
It's more than just science fiction and zombies. It's a video game adaptation.
Well, yeah, it is that.
And generally, video game adaptations are absolutely terrible because they try to stick with, what made the video game tick. However, you can't stick with that, which is why, complete side note, the Prince of Persia worked because they ditched everything video game related. But for Doom, they had to actually make a cast because in the games, you're one guy with multiple guns shooting anything that moves. This, you actually needed a cast, you needed a story, you needed believable characters, which, some were, some weren't.
So, that was your general impression?
It was a video game adaptation.
It was a video, okay, alright.
I put it in the category of my feel-good movies. I watch it to be entertained because I can't take it serious.
Oh, okay, excellent. Eric?
I had never seen it before, and I hadn't played Doom since I think I was 8. So I had no idea what I was walking into. At first I thought it was maybe Wolfenstein's, when there were no Nazis. I was like, okay, no, this is space zombies? My general impression of the movie was that it was unbalanced. It was trying to do too many different things and failing at most of them.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Well, it starts out pretending that it's aliens. Alien, the first one. Slow, scary, something's gonna kill you. And then an hour in, you're like, yes, someone finally fucking died! Pardon my language. So basically, they give you a whole bunch of despicable characters that nobody cares about, and they don't kill them right away. Takes forever. And then it just suddenly transitions into Resident Evil. Let's throw lots of monsters at the bad guys and more people die. And at the end you're playing Doom.
Okay, I really enjoy this movie, but that's because I went into this movie not looking for any particular depth. You shoot monsters and people die, and it has The Rock, and that should tell you everything you need to know. And I really enjoyed it.
I have to give it was very consistent in its mythology. Like
Yeah.
storyline.
It's on Mars.
It's on Mars, but the 24th chromosome and how it affects people and the hints that they go through. It was well built, but just didn't click. I really enjoyed the last half. The first half I was like, ugh, come on, get on with it, kill something.
Okay, fair enough. I enjoyed that build-up. I'm not a horror movie person, but I think because I wasn't taking the movie as seriously as perhaps I should have been as a movie lover, I really enjoyed what eventually led to some fairly big jump scares. At least the first time I watched it. I just think I threw popcorn.
There was maybe one or two.
I literally had a and there was popcorn everywhere.
There's maybe one or two not likable characters. And
But they
even
were
then,
not supposed to
The
be
main
likable.
character.
but that
And his
shouldn't be enough to stretch an hour's worth of build-up.
But the thing is, Doom fits perfectly into the cheesy horror movies where you love to just sit there and everyone who's watching it with you take bets on who dies in what order.
Yes, oh, absolutely. The black guy didn't die first, which was really impressive.
That was a nice, refreshing.
There's a lot of movies he's either the second to last or the last to die.
Yeah.
The
This one
one's
was
not
the
done.
third?
The one's not done right. He's first.
Yeah.
But I mean, you had all your stereotypical characters. But the great thing about this is you didn't actually have the love interest, which was great.
That was really refreshing.
Well, there was a side love interest that actually never went anywhere because they died.
That's just, I'm horny, hi, you're a girl. And there's no other females on this base left.
and you have to worry about the brother with a gun.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. That's true.
It was more tacked on, but I like that the brother and the sister storyline wasn't ex-wife, the way
Yeah.
that they sort of hinted at to begin with.
Yeah, yeah, that was a nice little.
But there's a history, and they actually stick with, that's pretty much what the story is.
Story?
There was a story.
Yeah, it was basically an escape from space zombies story, but whatever. It was a story.
I like the nods to the game, though.
I did too.
So the BFG, or at the end, that place was like hell. This place was always hell.
Yeah.
Because in the games, they found a portal to hell, not a portal to Mars.
Was it in Doom a portal to hell? Because I
Yeah.
knew it was in
They
Quake.
find the portal to Mars,
Really? I thought it was a portal to hell in the game.
but on Mars is a portal to hell.
Oh.
If I'm getting it right. One way or the other, they do make it to Mars, but then there's a portal to hell inside.
Oh,
And
okay.
honestly, Doom 3 scared the crap out of me so badly.
I haven't played Doom 3. I really
That-
want to.
I've only played the
Oh.
first one, and I'm fairly certain the first one was just straight to hell.
People modded it very, very fast because it's either you had a pistol or you had a flashlight. You couldn't, have a pistol and a flashlight. Oh god, no. I know, it was one or the other. So eventually people put the duct tape mod, so you duct tape the flashlight on the pistol. It's
Yeah,
like,
that's fair.
I don't know if you noticed, but the guns in this all have flashlights
Yep.
in the movie, and they're all hexagons in order to, as a reference to the old pixelized games.
Oh, I didn't notice that at all. I did notice that with the flashlight. I'm like, oh, of course it's failing.
Oh, of course, flashlights
Yeah,
are
naturally.
terrible in movies.
Naturally.
Science fiction and horror, never trust a flashlight.
Never trust technology.
No.
Speaking of technology, 2046 and all the scientists were using CRT monitors.
Yeah.
That's why I thought at first that this was made in 95, but no, it was 2005. They had flat screens, they just didn't have the budget for it.
Or something. They blew the budget on
The
creature
Rock.
effects.
Oh, creature effects.
Which I appreciate in this movie, the reserve of computer-generated effects. I liked the men in suits, even though you could tell they were men in suits. I enjoyed that very much, the practical creature effects.
It felt very 1980s horror
Yeah,
movie
also
style.
it looked
well
more
done.
rounded,
Yeah.
so I enjoyed that.
Again, Alien. The color scheme was very similar to Alien.
Slightly more red.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
similar.
gonna say Alien
Alien
was
was
pretty
very
much
blue.
white.
The Alien, the monster.
Oh, the
similar
monster
color
itself.
scheme.
Okay.
Oh, the
I thought
monsters,
you meant
yes.
black.
Black,
Settings.
gray, chrome.
Except for the pinky monster.
Yes, of course. The one with the wheelchair?
Yeah, yeah, I
Which is
enjoyed-
a boss in the game.
Yes, I know it is. And I really enjoyed, after it died, the CG crew. You're my favorite crew ever. Because the thing twitches and then there's a spurt of blood that comes out. Thank you guys, that made me happy. I literally giggled.
The interesting thing about this is the studio had to make this movie quickly because they had written a script, hired a whole group of people to do an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where he was Doom Guy. And you would follow third person behind Arnold Schwarzenegger while he killed things. That was the entire movie.
What, really?
And he would use the chainsaw for most of it. But 3 kids used a chainsaw mimicking Doom in the States and ended up in the hospital. So they canned the entire movie and scrapped this one together.
Well, and actually, for something that was sewn together really, really quickly, it wasn't bad.
The writers did a really good job. It's just too stretched.
It's Doom.
Yeah.
I don't know
It's
what
not
people
something.
were expecting. I don't know. I haven't.
Shits and giggles.
Yeah, that's it exactly.
It's a shits and giggles movie.
I just found
Oh,
it really
I
slow
see.
paced. I think they could have cut it to an hour and a half.
They tried to do
And it would've been fine.
the build up.
Yeah, they
The
tried
build
to
up
do
was
the
too slow in my mind.
No,
Yeah.
it's,
I wanted shooting.
the build up was slow, but the build up was perfect for, cheesy horror movies. It does that.
I think he was even slower than most, maybe on a second watching. But at one point I was like, okay, so nothing's gonna happen. I'm just gonna check my phone for a little while. Yep, still running away from shadows. Oh, look, a scientist. Oh, look, he's at the washroom. Okay, now I'll watch.
Yes,
Oh, really?
everything starts in the washroom.
Whenever someone in the movie goes to the washroom,
They do.
something will happen. That's just a movie rule.
What is that in Zombieland? Rule number what? No, rule number 1 is Carrière. Rule number 2 is the double tap.
I think it's one of the
I think
5
it
or
was
6.
Wasn't it an unwritten rule to check the bathroom stalls?
Was it? Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Anyway,
It's highly recommended.
Yeah.
yeah. It's Yeah, I know a lot of people ragged on this movie an awful lot, but for a video game adaptation, I thought it was phenomenal.
It could have been infinitely worse.
Yeah, oh yes.
It was a decent, bad horror movie.
A lot of that was attached, though, I think, to the actors. I'm a huge Carl Urban fan.
If those two actors, The Rock and Carl Urban, if they hadn't been in there,
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been the same.
Well, see, because The Rock added the cheese factor.
Yes.
And I think Carl Urban added the character nuance that...
interestingly, The Rock was offered Carl Urban's role, and he refused it.
Yes, I know that. He was more interested in exploring what you would do if you were a control freak, and then everything just went wrong.
Yeah. And he's almost always cast as a good guy, so he wanted to do something.
Yeah.
I don't think he would have been able to.
Pull it
No,
off.
he wouldn't have been able...
Not as well.
Not as well as Carl Urban.
Carl Urban did a really good job considering the cheesiness of the movie.
But,
like
yeah.
he gets into near the dig, and he just looks up at another camera, and you hear his parents dying in the background, and he sort of looks. He pulled that off when it is the cheesiest soap opera line look ever.
Yeah, when you're looking through the slats
It's
and
one
you
of
hear
those
his memories.
things where in a comedy movie he would do it, and everyone around him would be like, "What's he doing?"
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's having a flashback.
No, it works. I mean, Carl Urban is a phenomenal actor.
He is, and he was relatively unknown at this point because he'd only done Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, and then everybody thought he was actually blonde.
What?
Well, he was also in Xena.
Oh yes,
Cupid.
okay. But everyone was in Xena.
What year did Red come out in? Was it
Red?
Coast? Yeah.
Oh, that was 2010.
Okay, so that was much later.
Yeah, it was much later. Same with Dread and a whole bunch of other stuff. Like
Dread was good. That should be in the role.
It should be. Yeah.
Maybe it was just one of the 5-6 times I watched it after Red. I'm like, oh hey, you just got your ass kicked.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I correlate the two.
I have to say, special mention for the fight scene at the end between The Rock and Carl Urban. It was the best cheesy fight scene ever. My favorite was the missile dropping effect, sound effect that happened when The Rock jumped down from the ledge. I fell over, I was laughing. I tried to laugh very quietly because the amazing flatmate had gone to bed. But I was literally curled into myself laughing hysterically at that sound effect.
It was really, really well done. It actually
The choreography was good.
He used some of his
Choreography
wrestling moves too.
Yeah.
He picked him up over his shoulders and spun him around. I'm like,
I think by that point they gave up on the whole.
serious horror movie?
I was gonna say doom and gloom, but yes.
Yeah.
They gave up on being. It was like Evil Dead 2. They just gave up and they went for, the comedic factor.
And that's my problem with this movie. It feels like they didn't stick with the same feeling throughout. If they had been cheesy, funny the whole way through, I would have loved it. If
Yeah,
they
but
had been
cheesy,
alien,
yeah.
scary monster movie all the way through, I would have been like, okay, not bad. If they'd gone for the middle part where it's just shooting things and killing them, I would have been okay, fun. But
Rambo?
transitioning between the three just felt like I was watching 3 different movies.
Oh,
Like
I
they
had-
kept firing their directors.
I had zero issues with it because I was there for the ride.
I also, the ending. I kept looking for an alternate ending online and there isn't one. It fell flat for me. Just going up the elevator. All right, we've won. I was like, what? At least zoom into a bite on her shoulder or...
Well, that would leave the door open for possible sequels, and maybe they just...
I don't think they wanted
They
to
didn't
see.
want-
Traditional horror movie cliche from the 1930s is to do the end, question mark.
Yeah,
Just
and
a
then
little-
they
and
didn't
then
do
they
the
never do
cliche.
it.
They didn't do the cliche, and you're upset that they didn't do a cliche.
Exactly. Well, at that point, they had done every other cliche for horror movies.
Well,
Follow through.
Not exactly. I mean, their love interest, that was a
Other than
break.
the love interest.
Yeah.
Although there's history for brother-sister.
Well, yeah.
movies.
Yeah, but I mean,
I like that she was actually driving the storyline, like the background
that she
storyline.
wasn't absolutely useless.
She
Yeah, I
wasn't
like that
just
she
a sexy
wasn't
lamp.
yeah, exactly. The woman in the refrigerator or a sexy lamp.
Or
yeah.
any person in Star Trek 2.
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, the remake, not the original.
I was gonna say,
I know.
you're messing with Wrath of Khan, dude.
No,
That's-
not Wrath of Khan, the new one.
Which
Where
was,
the girl is basically just there to be useless.
The Unwrath of Khan.
yeah, I liked that she was smart, and I liked that Duke was having issues with the autopsy, that he was getting queasy.
Yeah.
That made me smile.
Autopsies are not for everyone.
No, apparently not even for Marines that go around killing it, space Marines that go around killing everyone.
No, because
The
they shoot,
Rock.
they move on.
The Rock couldn't watch the first person scene. because he gets queasy. He can't even play Doom. He gets queasy from it.
Really?
Yeah.
I love the first-person shooter scene. It was a really nice tribute to the game, right up until you shoot your own reflection. Because I have done that in shoot 'em up games, and I'm like, movement, bang! Oh, it's me.
So you pulled off the cat effect?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was. I love the first-person shooting scene.
Yeah, it was.
I wish more of the movie was like that.
Oh god.
Not the whole movie in first person. That would have been hell.
Once it hit that point, I'm like, ooh, shit just got real.
Yeah.
Also, I found it
enjoyed
really dark. Not subject material, but lighting at the beginning.
Oh yeah.
But
And
that's for Par on Doom.
I know, but then all of a sudden it's
I mean-
like perfectly bright when you go to first person, and I'm like, oh come on.
They wanted you to see what was going on.
The flashlight was turned on.
They duct
They,
taped
they had the emergency lights come on. That's what happened.
That's something that made me laugh. Everybody else is going through these rooms at the beginning of the movie. All right, clear, and you're like squinting at the screen to see, is that a heart beating, which is similar to the logo of the original game, or what? And then she walks into a room, turns on the light, goes to a
Yeah,
computer,
yeah.
and you're like, why is nobody else doing this? If I was a Marine, I'd be turning on the lights once it was cleared.
because they point, they shoot. You know, they took your stereotypical Marine, who, you know, they come in, they sweep the room, and they leave.
But
Her
just-
first instinct is, why don't I just turn on the light and actually see if there's anything there?
Yeah. Oh, also, I need to see what I'm doing. So light.
Yeah.
Which boils back to, you know, she's smart.
Yeah. Also, the prehistoric anthropology part of me was in glee because they were in the Olduvai Gorge in Mars, and the specimen they found they called Lucy, which, as people who are in the field will know, Lucy was found in Olduvai Gorge in Tanzania. So one of the early hominids, Australopithecus. I can't remember if it was Robustus or Africanus. I think it was Robustus, but they named her Lucy.
This is absolutely
Yeah.
nice stuff.
Yeah, so the inner anthropology nerd in me was going, hee, that's awesome.
Yeah, when I heard that, I was like, oh yay, I know this vaguely.
Vaguely, yeah. So yeah, I had fun.
Compared to mine. Okay,
Yeah,
your
sure.
point is...
Yeah.
But I was definitely impressed with the lack of logic holes. It was internally logical.
Yeah, internally, yeah, very logical, yeah, but that at 2046,
They didn't break themselves.
that's true. Yeah, but at 2046, if they haven't busted the human genome by then, there's no hope for them because the
Haven't
human...
they already?
Yes, they have. Down
Oh.
to like, there's a 1% that they're not quite sure about, I remember reading.
We've mapped it, we just don't know what it all does.
Yeah, that's it exactly. The human genome has been mapped. So
But, I mean, this is 2046 with CRT monitors.
so it's an alternate 2046.
Yeah, but if you really think about it, flat screens didn't come popular until a little past that.
That's
Yes,
true.
but-
I had a
If
flat
you're
screen in 2001.
Yeah, but you're special. You're a techie.
If you're doing a TV flat screens were popular 2002 and up, like they started becoming high-end sales. You'd think that super high-tech, 50 years in the future.
Yeah, would have had flat
Would have
screen. I
had.
didn't even, I really even didn't notice that. I was.
But it, I mean, maybe it was just.
occur because it's just like, okay, well, you're data crunching. You don't need fancy monitors to data crunch.
But everything else was fancy. I mean,
And also,
these
those
Marines
monitors are
had
heavy
guns that work with their fingerprint DNA, but the BFG didn't.
Speaking of, I really enjoyed that as a means of introducing all of the characters.
It was
when the
good.
guns announced their call signs.
I'm very.
The kid
I'm
cracked me
kind
up.
of
The kid.
I'm sad that they didn't bring that up later when one of them dropped their guns. And they pick up their gun,
And it doesn't.
call sign, blah, and then the alien eats them. That would have been awesome. Or the human hybrid thingy.
Is it the mutant?
We'll just
Yeah.
stick with zombie.
I also like that they didn't spell out the fact that obviously the Martians had escaped Earth through this portal, and we're the descendants.
Well, they didn't really have to.
They
I mean,
didn't have
when they
to,
said
But
that, the
this is a
earliest specimens they
horror
found
movie
were like.
game. Normally they do.
Yeah, but gamers are clever.
Yes, but game movies aren't.
Well, that's true. But to be fair, most of the game movie adaptations I've seen have all been fight games, like Mortal Kombat. Tekken.
I haven't
Terrible.
actually seen it yet.
Okay,
But I've seen
Tekken is
Dead
one
or
of those
Alive.
movies that are terrible, but I also really enjoy.
Well, I think I've seen Dead or Alive, but I haven't seen King of Fighters, and
Okay.
there's half the other video game
I think the only one I've seen is Street Fighter.
Oh, I haven't seen Street Fighter. Street Fighter I've not seen. I have
That was
heard it was
entertaining.
awful.
Really, I found it really funny.
Oh, okay.
It was one of those.
Street Fighter 2 was even funnier.
Oh god, they made a second one.
Yeah.
No, like I said, Prince of Persia is pretty much the only video game adaptation movie that works because the director scrapped all the game script and made his own. He took the idea of the prince, the idea of the time dagger, and stuck with that. And that's why Doom's not so bad, because, you know, you have Mars, you have things trying to kill you, and you have big guns.
Also, yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't need much more than that.
No. No, that's very true. That's very true. Yeah, Doom worked for me.
I would have preferred it to be more consistent with its own feel.
For me, who loves cheesy horror movies, yes.
Yeah, I watched it once, and then the minute it came out on DVD, I went out and I bought it. That's how entertaining I found this movie.
It was definitely entertaining. And now watching it, I won't be disappointed when they switch voices.
I guess, yes.
I'll be expecting it. I might even fast forward over some of the nothing's happening parts at the beginning.
Yeah, I think about the 6th time I watched this film. I was doing that. It was basically just background noise, and I'd look up whenever something interesting would happen.
So like me
Yeah.
watching Lord of the Rings, I skip Frodo.
Oh, poor Frodo.
I can't. I just can't.
Everyone skips Frodo.
So
What?
my Lord of the Movie
The only
marathon
reason
for
not
me-
to skip Frodo is Sam.
No, I love Sam.
But I
That's
can't stand Frodo, so let's skip. So I can do the 3 movies, extended version, 6 hours.
Must be very confusing though. I mean, oh wait, they're all back? What happened? Isn't there a ring or something? Oh well.
I know the in-betweens, I can just fill it in.
Yeah, basically, if
Battle,
you've read the
battle,
book,
battle,
yeah.
battle. Running, battle, battle, battle.
Pretty much.
Yeah. But I watched, because I have the DVD, did you watch the unrated version?
I got it through a special way, so I don't know.
Okay, it should come up in the credits.
And I
Just
watched
say
it off
Doom
Netflix
unrated.
now.
I don't think I got the
Oh, it's on Netflix?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so the DVD I have is the unrated version, so there was a whole lot of gore.
Oh yeah, this had a lot of gore and more F words than I've heard in a long time.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like watching,
I like how they tried to make the BFG mean something else. Like if you look on the
Bioforce
street,
gun.
Bioforce gun,
Yes.
and he picks it up and he's like, this is a big fucking gun.
Yeah.
Only The Rock could
That-
pull that off. And
That
not be
line,
dumb.
actually, I watched this in the cinema, and that line had the audience cheering.
Cheering? Yeah.
We were like, yeah!
I'd have to wonder if it was scripted or not.
I think it was scripted, because it is...
I don't know.
You
Not if
never
they
know.
tried to call it something else. He might have just rolled with it, and sometimes things are just so well done, you leave it in.
No, because all the gamers call it the big fucking gun. So
Yeah.
I'm sure it was a nod to them. And this whole movie was a nod
But
to...
2005, swearing was still an
You can get one,
but it was R-rated,
one
yeah.
F word down out in a movie without being R-rated. So I don't know if it was R-rated in theaters.
No, it was different in theaters.
Okay.
Because the DVD version I got was the unrated
Yeah.
version. So, unrated means R, basically. Yeah, let us swear.
Yeah.
well, swearing.
There are things you can get away with in unrated more than in R.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's this weird formula
Oh.
having to do with body parts and shooting and F words.
Oh,
It's very
okay.
strange.
Yeah. The spray of blood,
I've
when...
warned you this.
Yeah, no, they have actual calculable formulas for how they rate things.
Oh, wow. The spray of blood was when, after the puppy growled, and then what used to be... What was his name? Dr. What's-his-face?
Yeah, Dr.
That guy with the missing
ear.
ear. Yeah, Dr. Rip My Ear Off. Dr. Van Gogh. Attacks. The spray of blood that comes up on screen is clearly CG. But I appreciate that it was there because, yes, there would be if you had just had your shoulder sliced open by some claws. So,
There'd be something coming.
there'd be something. Exactly.
I like the walls.
The nano walls?
The
Yeah,
nano walls.
that
that's
was a
a
cool
neat
idea. Was that
idea.
something from the game or is that original? Because
I have no idea.
that was
I don't
cool.
remember.
People who play Doom,
Yeah,
tell
let us
us.
know.
Is that in the game, the nano walls? Because it was awesome. Also, yeah, maybe Doom, because most of these, like the Pinky Demon, I know was in Doom 3.
Yes.
Might even be 2. I don't know. That was so long ago that.
No, Doom 2 was basically just the same as Doom 1 with slightly better pixels.
And on floppy disks.
And on floppy disks.
Like
Hands up if you remember.
floppy disks
3.5
or
inch
floppy
floppy.
3.5 inch. Yeah.
So the non-floppy floppy disks.
Oh, pretty much. The 3.5 inch.
Yeah.
Now I feel
Shut up.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, that only came out.
Right?
Well, this movie's 10 years old.
Oh
Like
no!
20-year-old video games right now.
Yeah. No, but this movie, the special effects, because they were mostly practical, did hold up pretty well.
That's
for a
it
10-year-old
exactly,
movie.
yes.
Just like Aliens.
Yeah,
Did.
exactly. Except right at the end of Aliens, which we
Well, yeah.
discussed in the round table that we
Yes, you
had.
did.
I'll put a link somewhere on the screen if I remember. Yeah, yeah, I did like the practical effects much better than if they had all been CGI. Yeah. It was good. I enjoyed that.
I find it interesting how at the end they validate The Rock's choice by having everybody turn into zombies. It's like, you must kill them all! No, some of them are not infected! Like Pinky here!
Well, not all of them would have though.
No,
Because
some of them...
like the Marines, some of them would have made it out. Like I'm pretty sure Steve's wife probably would have made it out. You never know. You never know.
It's hard to tell.
Because the people who turned were very obviously, cheesily evil.
Well, Pinky wasn't evil.
Yes, he was. When the guy was getting attacked in the stall, he was like, and then he
yeah,
deliberately
you're right.
delayed everyone to get his vengeance. He's like,
Yeah, you're right.
yeah.
I find it
Not a
interesting
nice
that the
person.
first person to die was the preacher. The self-mutilating, crazy-ass preacher.
Yeah. Although I'm not surprised.
No, it was
I also
religious
like,
people, people who hurt themselves, people who have had sex, or those on drugs. Those are the ones that die first.
I like how the kid was not taken out by. Spoiler alert! It's been out for 10 years. Was not taken out by
By a zombie. Yeah, I was
zombie or
surprised.
mutant. Yeah, it was when I first watched that. I was just. Holy shit. But having said that, I can kind of understand where The Rock's character is coming from.
Yeah, no, he sort of makes sense.
Yeah, right?
Granted.
I don't agree with his actions,
No.
but I can understand them.
Which makes him a good villain.
What makes him a good villain. Although more on The Rock, as when you contrast him to the person he was playing against, Carl Urban. Carl Urban has the nuance down pat. The Rock, his close-ups are more suited to the wrestling's arena or like theater. And he hasn't got the subtlety yet.
I have to admit, he has really improved.
Yes, he
Like,
has.
I've been watching a lot of his movies.
In this movie,
I was thinking Hercules, but
Oh, Hercules, no, that was...
good.
I was pleasantly surprised by that one.
He did an
thought it was
amazing
something
job.
completely different
yeah.
going into it, but...
Wish it
no,
had made
he's
more
a
money.
Good actor.
Yeah, but at the time, I mean, he was a very theatrical, big actor. I'm not just
Yeah.
talking about body mass, but like
No.
big.
Yeah, because he wasn't that big back then. That was one thing that was like, oh, look at the teeny tiny Rock. I mean, he's still 6'3", huge, but compared to Hercules, where his arms are the size of my torso.
Yeah. Where he could break us at the same time.
And unlike some of the superheroes right now, The Rock and Vin Diesel, when they're built for action. So they can do push-ups, they can do stuff like that, they can pick people up.
Their musculature is actual strength
But
rather
there's
than
a-
just aesthetic.
There's videos of one of the 3 Marvel Chris's trying to do a push-up and he can't.
Yeah,
because
even though
he's
he's
not
jacked.
built to be strong, he's built to be pretty.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a big difference between
An athlete and...
That's it exactly. And I
Considering all
rock
these
his act.
years of wrestling.
Yeah, and he still wrestles.
Does he?
Yeah, special occasions.
He's like special guest. Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I'd watch that.
Yeah.
I really enjoy him. I can't, like, anything he's in, I'm like, oh, The Rock's in it? Okay, I'll go see it. Mostly because I know exactly what to expect. So I'm never disappointed.
Action.
Yeah, that's
Fun.
it. Cheese, action,
Scorpion
fun.
King.
I have not seen the Scorpion King.
Oh,
You
God,
sure
that
was. You would enjoy it. If you like
Yeah?
The Rock, you will enjoy it.
Okay.
Don't watch 2.
That was
2
my
does not exist.
biggest
Fair
pet
enough.
peeve of The Mummy 3? 2 was
3.
the ending with him as the Scorpion King.
In CG.
They
Not even
did-
in him, but in CG.
They took him and a scorpion body, modeled it in CG, and then put it together, and asked a student to properly do it. Because, Like, they had super awesome special effects, and then all of a sudden, the last 10 minutes, they used The Rock in the worst special effects I've seen since, like, bad 80s
Oh, really?
direct-to-DVD.
Oh, that's a shame.
It was so disappointing.
Hence the Scorpion King.
Yeah.
Fix their issue. And Scorpion King 2 doesn't exist.
There's 3 and 4 also, but they don't have him.
Dear God. No, 2 doesn't have him either.
Yeah.
It's like in the name of the king. Aren't there like several of those?
Oh, the first one was mildly entertaining.
That's Jason Statham.
It had Jonathan Gimli.
Ah.
Jonathan Rhys Davis.
Yeah. Anything with him is awesome.
That's true.
He's
I
my
do like-
favorite dwarf.
Which is
My
ironic.
favorite 6'4"
6'4" dwarf.
Watching Mirror Mirror last week, I'm just like, I don't know, there were 7 of them to pick from.
So here's a big question. Faced in the same situation, would you have been infected or would you have been killed off?
I would have set the self-destruct and blew the whole damn thing up before
Nope.
anyone left.
You don't have that choice. You're attacked by a creature. Would it just kill you or would it try to infect you? Do you think?
Depends on the day.
Honestly, I reckon I would have been infected.
I think I would have just been decapitated pretty
You
quickly.
probably would have been, yeah, knowing you probably would have just been killed. I reckon I would have been infected.
I mean, it depends on the day. Did I have to go to work and did I have to go through traffic?
See, the monster
So
would come up to me.
infected.
If
So
yes,
because it's
infected.
apparently evil is genetic, so you would have been infected.
The monster would have come up to me. I would have gone, oh my god, tripped over his claws and decapitated myself. That's how it would have ended up.
You would have rolled a 1. I approve of that. Much better than being infected.
Yeah, no, I probably would have been infected, all things considered.
I don't know. They were pretty obviously evil.
And sometimes not.
Name me one.
Like Doctor tore his ear off.
Doctor tore his ear off, didn't wait 10 seconds for the girl to come in, so he closed the door on her arm.
Well, I'm not sure.
The magical door that has enough force to sever a person's arm.
I'm not sure I would have acted differently if I had been chased by one of those things.
Well, I would have been the person running and getting his arm torn off.
The trick is, be faster than your friends. You don't have to be faster than the beast, be faster than your friends.
Yeah.
I think he could have waited the 5 seconds to let her in.
He could have, but the level of panic.
Yeah,
Do you really want to risk
I don't know
it?
that I would have acted differently had I been him.
That's the least evil person that we saw.
But he changed, so I reckon, yeah, I would have been infected.
I would have been interested to see if the sister and the brother had the same thing, if it was actually genetic, or if it was random.
They had plot armor.
Yes, no,
plot armor,
obviously.
yeah. It sounded to me like they were talking about good and evil being a genetic thing, with the whole 10% of the human genome has not been mapped. Bullshit. And some people believe that it is the genome that dictates the shape of the soul or whatever it was. So yeah, that would be, to me it sounded like they were trying to make it genetic rather than...
I'm very glad that all the people who turned, they were mixed race background. Because that could have really turned out badly. It's your genetics that make you evil. That's why all the black people have turned.
It was all the white people.
Yeah, well, it was all
Both
the white
black
people,
guys
but there were some
died.
that looked Scandinavian, some that looked British, some that looked like...
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, the only 2 black people in this entire world
We're not infected.
were not infected.
Oh, Destroyer.
They were also not evil. Like, most of the Marines
Yeah, they
were
were
despicable.
fairly well-balanced people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just makes you wonder why they were with that group of
Well,
completely insane people.
Well, to be fair, I mean, they do, in the military there is the mindset that you break somebody down to build them back up.
To build
That-
them
they
that
failed with
screws.
these guys.
Well, it fails with a lot of people. It screws with a lot of people.
They were the worst Marines I have ever seen. Don't leave your post! Go check this out! Alright, sir. Walks the other direction. Alright, you, go alone and go make sure that this happens.
You need to watch
Really?
more cheesy movies.
Yes, it's fun for cheesy movies, but military tactics
Military
were
cheesy
horrible.
movies.
To be fair, the guy who ran away to the washroom,
Was a jackass. No, but there
he
were,
was a jackass, but I probably would have done the
there
same
were a
thing.
few other times they wandered away from what they were told to do.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Watch this. Okay. Ooh, look, a
I would have
person.
stuck as close to the other guy as possible.
Yeah.
Remember, be faster than the rest.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're with someone else, there's a 50% chance they'll get that.
If you're with
Eric,
Carl
go
Urban,
there.
Yeah. You're 100% chance you're gonna die.
yeah, you know he's the hero, so run away. All right. So, final thoughts before you give it a star rating. I'll start with you, Eric.
I would have really enjoyed this movie if it hadn't been 3 movies in one.
Okay. You like?
I loved it. It fits my perfect cheesy horror movie. What I love to look for. I go find the lowest star rating movies I can because I figure they'll just be awesome or they'll be so terrible
That
they're awesome.
Yeah, okay.
I expect more of my horror movies.
I'm in the same camp
I don't.
as PY. I really enjoyed this movie. Yes, it was cheesy. Yes, some of it was very silly. The fight scene at the end had me laughing hysterically, but at the same time was exactly this macho showdown I really wanted out of this film.
Right after the first person shooter.
Yeah, right after the first person shooter. It was awesome. So yeah, I really liked this movie. It was thoroughly entertaining, but don't expect too much of it. If you expect anything, you're going to be very disappointed.
Yeah.
Okay, star rating, PY?
Out of 5? 4.5.
4.5. Oh, wow, 4.5, okay.
I'm gonna give it a 3 because I will probably buy it and rewatch it now that I know that the first half is lying to me. And that it's not a horror movie. It's a pretend horror movie.
You can borrow my DVD anytime.
It's $5 from Walmart.
4 for me because it was exactly what I was expecting and I found it hugely entertaining. I wasn't looking for something deep in this film. I didn't get anything deep, so I was satisfied. So yeah, all right. You get to pick the next one, PY, because you're our special guest.
More than one in there. Alright. The Exorcist. Oh god.
Oh, The Exorcist. Actually, I'm not a big horror movie fan.
I did not sleep after seeing that movie.
I really
I
like
slept
this movie.
during the movie.
I walked into the worst part of the moment.
Oh yeah? Okay.
And I'm like, I'm not sleeping.
So I think it's a 1973 movie. We will be watching The Exorcist for next Nights of the Round Table. You can see us in a fortnight discussing it. If you have any comments about the movie Doom.
Doom.
Very
with an
different.
M.
Very.
No, because I pronounce Dune. Because, you know, we nasalize our vowels in Australia. So leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can also find us on Twitter and Facebook. And my Twitter handle is @smcarrière.
At Éric Desmarais, or Éric Desmarais, whichever you prefer.
I don't actually have one.
You're not on Twitter?
No. Get out.
Do you have like a YouTube channel or something?
Not yet.
Okay. Wow. He's the unknown man.
If worse come to worse, I mean, I write plenty of reviews on video game websites, but I'm pretty much off of the social media aspects.
Alright, fair enough. So you can't follow people like
Not yet.
such to be you. Alright, thanks guys very much. Bye! We're good to start! We're good to start! We're good to start!